Y'all made your own communities. Y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness?
For years, some people said Black Americans were not necessary to the immigrant conversation. Now deportations are happening, and suddenly help is being requested. This isn't about blame. This is about what changed and why it matters. Because deportation doesn't care about opinions, only paperwork. Let's watch these clips and I'll come back with more comments.
You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively does not refer to themselves as Black.
There is a real tension between the Black Americans and the Somali Americans. Yes, after the recent political attack on the Somalis, with discrimination and fear campaign, some of the Somalis have called it out. This is an attack on Black community. The moment they did that, the Black Americans responded, "You're not Black. That's our identity." Sheesh. Somalis stepped back and said, "Okay, we'll start calling ourselves Somalis." Chill like that. The moment they did that, the Black Americans responded, "Stop acting like you're not Black." Sheesh. Somalis are confused. Here's the reality. The term Black is a racial category. However, over hundreds of years later, it actually became an ethnic identity as well. So now when people say Black Americans, it's referring to African Americans.
Grandma told me, it's because we like ourselves. It's because we like ourselves. They cannot do anything to us to take away our joy. They can't do anything to us to take away our confidence. They can't do anything to us that makes us feel like we're not going to make it through. We know we're going to make it through because our ancestors did. Anything that you could do to a group of people have been done to us. And because we know that, because we know our ancestors survived much worse, we know that we can. They sang during the worst of times, so we can sing now. They laughed during that, we can laugh now. We like ourselves. And that's, if other groups of people, if they had to go through what we go through, they would not make it. And they know that. So they don't understand why we do. They don't understand how we can still laugh through all of this pain and turmoil. All the jokes that we made about how every day the world's falling apart, and here we are skating and double dutch and playing spades and line dancing and having a good time. They don't understand how that's happening. You see the farmers out there in Kentucky or Nebraska, wherever, they are having a horrible time, and their suicide rates are 3 times the national average right now because they can't take it. They cannot take what we can take. Not only can we take it, not only can we endure, we can also be happy while we're doing it. We can find joy while we're doing it. That's why Black people always will be like, we don't take anything seriously. Or we make a joke out of everything. In every situation, we make a joke because we know how to have joy. We figured out that life is about having fun. And people will look at that and they hate it. They hate it. They say that we're lazy. They say that we are, uneducated and stupid and everything, childish, immature. But the truth is they are jealous. They're jealous because if what had happened to us happened to them, they would not be as happy as we are.
Let us slow this down for a second. What we are seeing right now isn't random. And it didn't start overnight. So many Somali families came to the US under specific protections. Some refugee status, other asylum. We have temporary programs. For years, those protections felt stable. But immigration policy doesn't move on feelings. It moves on timelines. Watch this so you understand better.
Trump just ended temporary protective services for Somalis. Here's everything you need to know. They've had it since 1991. They got it because either there was war there or there was famine, and that allowed them to come here, and they've been protected since 1991. By Trump ending it by March 17, they have to either already be gone by then or they're up for deportation. They could try to opt into different programs if they have any criminal background. That's going to be hard to do. It's important to also identify that they can still come, Somalis, that is, if they're sponsored by a family member, and there's a few other programs, but this limits how many of them can actually come now. It really only affects areas like Minnesota where there's a bigger population of them. But again, it's only with estimates 750 to 2,500 people who have actually lost temporary protective services. So it's not a huge number like it was with the Venezuelans. And who else did he end? I think it was the Colombians.
Here is the part that gets missed online. When protection expires or enforcement priorities shift, it doesn't matter who you voted for, or supported, or even criticized. The system doesn't remember loyalty. It only checks status. And when reality hits, panic replaces confidence.
As you know, the Somali saga continues. You know, we try to look past it, but it just keep coming up. I mean, man, more information and more people speaking up about this Somali issue. I don't know why this topic is definitely red hot right now, but you have this young Somali woman that wants this stuff just to stop, and she wants some unification. So let's go on and roll with what she has to say. And then let's get back into it. Well, let's get back into it. First of all, I want to make sure, because, you know, like Martin Luther King said to us a long time ago, you got to get the language right. And the language is this. There's no such thing as no war. No black Americans are sliding on the Somali ops nowhere. Somalis aren't sliding on us. Nobody's fist fighting. Nobody's shooting. It's no war. It's no true beef. We're just bringing up history of when Somalis first came to America, or things that's been said about us online. And so we're looking at a time now and say, wait a minute, now that we are having a conversation, we're bringing this up to say, hey, why did you say this? Why did your community do this? I'm not speaking about this young lady. And yes, I also understand there is a divide within their community. Those who are older that came here are more stuck in their ignorant ways. Those who are younger, who are born here, who actually been around us. Clearly, as you heard her speak, she's been around us. So usually from my experience of talking with Somalis, so yes, I've talked with some Somalis in my lifetime. The younger ones are more cultured with black Americans, right? Just like if you have a Nigerian that was born here and more cultured to be around black Americans, so they may understand the black experience a lot more because they were born here, cultured here, and that's that. So I want to put that up front. There's no war. There's nothing to be ceasefire about. Okay. The issue is, young sister, I have to tell you, the issue is not you. That's not you or any other young Somali that may not be even on that. It is probably your parents or your people. And so when your people that came here and they othered themselves, your people that came here thought that they can side with these folks.
The biggest fear is, as black Americans are delineating, and America as a country is doing the same thing. They're coming after us. Donald Trump got elected. Immigrants are scared. So now black Americans are doing their own thing. At the time, we're hoping that they would be standing up for us, you know, being part of our coalition. But
yeah, and that's the problem.
We don't know what to do now.
Yeah, because we told people, they kept telling us, well, you FBS don't wet hide. You don't wet. We came over with $2 and we were this, and y'all need to learn from us. It got real bad. People got very arrogant, and even Jamaicans, they still do it. They still tell us, oh, don't come to Jamaica. Oh, don't do this. You are entitled. And y'all were telling us all of this stuff about how hard you work and how lazy we were. And we said, okay, well, handle your business then. And now people don't like it.
And you know, can I say something? Do you know, I think that's why a lot of immigrants are running for office. There's a lot of Somalis in Minnesota. Americans are not as supportive anymore. They feel like they have to fight for them, so they have to have a presence, or else it's over for immigrants here.
This is where tension starts. Some Somalis are now publicly asking Black Americans for help, legal support. We have advocacy, protests, and even political pressure. And for some Black Americans, that request feels complicated. Not because they don't care, but because relationship matters before crisis. Not just during crisis. Watch this next clip.
I am currently asking for a ceasefire. I'm asking for a ceasefire between the Somalis and the African Americans. Please. We got something bigger going on right now. This is a divide and conquer situation happening in Minnesota. Y'all know we ride together when situations arise out here. When that George Floyd stuff happened, baby, we was out there. Ain't nobody was asking what type of black you was. We all felt that. So I just don't want this ignorant conversation to overshadow what's really happening. Don't give them the upper hand. Why are we acting slow? I'm asking for a ceasefire. If you like me, please put down the shots.
Here is the honest truth without hunger. Immigrants' communities are not monoliths, and Black Americans are not monoliths either. Some people built bridges early. Others didn't think they needed to. Now deportation is forcing conversations that probably should have happened years ago. Because it's about systems, not insults, deportation isn't personal, it is a procedure. And once you're inside that system, the only thing that helps is coalition, knowledge, and early action. Now, if there is one lesson here, it's this. Solidarity can't be activated the last minute. By the time deportation is on the table, most options are already gone. That doesn't mean help should not be given. It means the conversation should have started sooner. So we are going to see more of this, not just with Somalis, but not just with Black Americans. Any group that thinks policy won't reach them eventually learns the same lesson. So this channel exists to explain that before it is too late. So if you're new here, my channel breaks down real immigration stories without yelling, just facts, contexts, and consequences. Subscribe if you want to understand what's coming before it hits. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.